Our investigation into a medical practice turned up a problem that patients will want to hear.
And we discovered some extra checks you may want to do before you go to a new doctor.
I thought it was going to be great.
At first, Marnie Watts was excited about her new job.
I put all my time and effort in it.
Office manager for a new dermatology practice in Naples called Art of Dermatology that was set to open in early 2023. She started a few months before that to get things ready. But she says the problem started before the doors even opened and just kept coming.
We got a letter from the state saying that we couldn't get this HCCE permit, which gave us the ability to order medications from medical suppliers.
An HCCE, or Healthcare Clinic Establishment Permit, is required for a healthcare business to buy prescription drugs. Watts claims because they didn't have one, the Florida practice couldn't legitimately order any prescription drugs. So Art of Dermatology shipped them from their Michigan office.
It's all like wrapped in like a birthday present.
So was that because they couldn't legitimately get them here?
Correct, because we didn't have the HCCE permit.
And we discovered that's not the only permit the practice lacked when it opened.
And they haven't filed for a Florida business license.
In fact, the practice's landlord sued to evict them from their offices on Goodlet Frank Road.
In addition to not having an HCCE permit, the suit says Art of Dermatology didn't have a business license, a business tax license, insurance, and that it failed to make loan or lease payments on their equipment.
The dermatology office denied it did anything wrong. We found their name stripped off the building where their office was. All the issues were too much for Watts.
At that point, I did send my letter of resignation.
Now Watts is also suing Overpay. She claims, per her employment contract, she's owed overtime.
I was pretty much on call 24/7.
And a $5,000 recruitment bonus from her employers, Dr. Chaitana Gautam and her husband Vikram. The suit claims they also deducted health insurance from her pay, but didn't pay the premium or reimburse her for out-of-pocket expenses. In the court response, the doctor denies all of the claims I just mentioned.
Like, okay, come on.
So when she quit, Watts thought it would be a good idea to warn potential patients.
I had posted something on Nextdoor app, that Art of Dermatology is not open, the truth of the story. And I first got a letter about a defamation lawsuit for that.
A cease and desist letter. She took her review down, but also, with her lawyer, Robert Goodman, punched back.
I responded that everything she said was true and therefore it's not defamation, and that she's got potential counterclaims.
Watts says things got so bad she came home one night after quitting to find a police detective at her house.
They accused me of rerouting insurance checks to my home address through the postal department, which is very odd because they weren't credentialed with any insurance companies in Florida.
Naples police investigated and couldn't find any proof a crime has been committed on the part of Marnie Watts. Now she just wants the back pay she's owed for all the work she did and to move on.
It didn't have to be like this.
No one from Art of Dermatology would talk on camera, but their PR company sent a statement that says, in part, our company acknowledges that we did have some unexpected license and permitting paperwork delays when we opened our office in Florida 2 years ago. We took care of these as quickly as possible, and they're now behind us. And we have verified that all licenses are now up to date. And that eviction lawsuit and Marnie Watts' lawsuit we told you about in the story have both been settled now. Nothing came out of that cease and desist. You can check your business license for your doctor and HCCE licenses if you're considering a new doctor. We put the links for you to do that with this story on winknews.com.